All right, guys. So in that video right there you just saw, that is allegedly a white man in blackface performing at a school fundraising event, and that has drawn a whole lot of controversy. Okay, because he was accused of being a white man by two woke diversity and inclusion advocates in Arizona after somebody at the event, again allegedly, tipped him off to the fact that, hey, this guy is here and I think he might actually be a white man. He might not actually be black. He might be a white man in blackface. So I want to talk about this story because this is a prime example of wokeness going off the rails, okay? Looking for racism where there is in fact no racism whatsoever, because the people that are looking for the racism, they're paid to look for racism, okay? And the reality is that their jobs and what they do are completely unnecessary. And I think this story right here really is a prime example of why, okay? It is probably one of the most ridiculous stories that I've read in a long time. And I actually feel bad for the guy that has been accused of wearing blackface here, as there's a pleasant surprise as to the actual racial identity of the person that has been accused. So with that being said, before I get into this story, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can do so using the links in the description below. You support the Patreon, you support the PayPal, you support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this story. Two local diversity advocates in Arizona are taking heat after calling a school district racist for hiring a DJ to perform in blackface. But it turns out the DJ was black. Oh man, it reminds me of that story, right, where the college students, like in Georgia, accused a professor of being racist for kicking out two black students because they was late to class, right? They said that the professor was a racist, a white supremacist, but the professor was actually black. Again, these stories are hilarious to me. Stuart, Rhoden, and Lassen, who specialize in diversity and inclusion, lambasted the Scottsdale Unified School District's Hopi Elementary PTA for its decision to hire Kim Koko Hunter, 56, a local black DJ at a charity event. But Rhoden and Lassen, who are involved in diversity work in the school district, slammed the school after seeing a picture of Hunter, only to later learn his race, according to the Arizona Daily Independent. Quote, the DJ that the Hopi PTA hired was, in fact, a black man, Hopi PTA President Megan Livingood wrote in a response to Lassen in a message obtained by the outlet. Quote, it is insulting that you feel myself or the PTA condone racist behavior or encourage it by posting on social media. Well, I mean, it's because their job is to look for racism, right? That's the whole diversity and inclusion thing. Let's look for racism where there is no racism. Let's accuse a black man, this guy right here, right, who has the hair texture of a black person. I mean, you can look at his beard here. I mean, of being a white guy, right? That's you know, dressing in blackface at this party, okay? It's kind of hilarious. According to the Independent, Lassen, a librarian, responded by saying, you are right. We should have reached out and inquired before making such accusations. I cannot fathom the hurt, anger, and frustration you felt after and others volunteered countless hours on your event. Again, I truly apologize. Again, this is the guy right here that they're accusing of being a white man, right? Incredible stuff. But Rhoden, who was an instructor at Arizona State University, did not appear particularly apologetic and posted a side-by-side image of Hunter on Facebook to try to show that the DJ darkened his face even if he is black. Quote, let me be clear, a black man, apparently in blackface, is an entirely different discussion than a white person, he wrote on Facebook. However, it seems at the very least he is in darker makeup, if not blackface, or I am completely mistaken and it's the lighting of the patio. So this guy's trying to save face, right? I'm going to show you a picture of the two people that made this accusation in a minute. But this guy is basically saying, well, we got caught basically falsely accusing this guy of blackface, but I'm not going to back down. I'm going to say he's a black man in blackface, right? Because he's wearing darker makeup, which apparently is supposed to be a crime, right? A black man wearing darker makeup is supposed to be a crime. That's still not right, okay? At least that's what this guy is implying here. Again, it's funny how ridiculous this is. Rhoden is a member of the district's Equity and Inclusion Committee, and Lassen is a co-chair of the Scottsdale Parent Council Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. According to Hunter's Facebook Live, an organizer called someone he worked with following the event and asked if he was black. Okay, so this is Jill Lassen. This is one of the people that accused this guy being a white guy in blackface. Now, again, she's a woke white liberal. Okay, no surprises about this. No surprises about this. Okay, she's trying to get her racial justice stripes. Okay, so she's out here looking for it. Okay, this guy, you know, he looking a little suspicious. He might be a white man in blackface. Okay, because there ain't supposed to be no black people here at this PTA event, right? That's probably what she was thinking. And this guy right here is even worse, who is probably lighter than the DJ. I also accused the DJ of being in blackface. And when called out about the fact that the DJ is actually black, he doubled down and says, well, he darkened his skin with makeup, right? He's a black man in blackface. This is ridiculous. Quote, they thought that the DJ there or the person there was in blackface, and that the person that they thought was in blackface was me, Hunter said. Wait a minute, in their defense, he said to his friend on the Facebook Live with them, how many chips in the ice cream did you see? They were probably thinking the same thing I am. Wow, there are no black people here, he said, laughing. Yeah, I mean, that is probably what they thought. They made a racist assumption. They assumed that there's not a lot of black people here at this event, and this one black person here at this event, he has to be a white man, right, in blackface. That's what this has to be, okay? And to me, you know, I've seen a lot of people in blackface, particularly the dictator up north. And that is what blackface looks like. It's very obvious when white people are doing blackface what it looks like. What this guy is, this DJ, that just looks like him in a costume. Hunter then ridiculed the accusation that he was a black man doing blackface. Quote, how black do I gotta be for people to know that I'm actual black person? He said. Rhoden in Scottsdale School District did not return requests for comment. Lassen could not be immediately reached. So let's actually listen to this DJ in an interview discuss these accusations of him being a white man in blackface. Take a listen.
And Mr. Koko Hunter, my first question for you is, are you now wearing or have you ever worn blackface?
Excuse the laughter. As of right now, my face is more of a tawny. So if you punch in 80471C, you'll see what my skin tone is like now. But that's my natural skin tone. And have I ever worn blackface? Well, as you said earlier, I was a mascot, and I've worn different costumes. And in a mascot outfit, sometimes you have to put some darkening around your eyes so that it adds to the character and the people don't see that there's a human in there. So in that sense, yes, I have. But have I ever done the minstrel show type of blackface? Absolutely not.
In your opinion, how did we get to the point where some professor, a guy who's supposed to be smart, can make such a stupid assumption?
You know, for me to answer that, I'd have to make an assumption on my end because I haven't talked to them. But I would really love to know not just how, but why. You know, I'd like to see their thoughts through their lens. How did you come to that assumption, and why did you come to that assumption when it's, in my opinion, quite obvious of what that image is actually of? You know what I mean?
I do. I know exactly what you mean. I don't know. Maybe I left a little bit of information out here, but the professor that was accusing you of wearing blackface is actually an American of African descent himself. So I don't understand where this whole thing is coming from, and I have respect for you for not assuming where the guy came from. It's just a bizarre incident that really could have damaged your career if people were as maniacal as a professor.
You know, and you've hit it right on the nail, the nail right on the head right there. I don't know what's going to come of this, you know, because my picture is there and my name is there. You know what I mean? We don't know how people are going to digest what happened.
Yeah, so to answer the question of why, right, did they make that accusation? Well, it's pretty easy. Because they work in positions where they're hired to look for stuff like this. They're hired to try to find racism. But the problem is that the supply for racism is much lower than the demand for racism, right? So they got to go reaching for anything that they can to try to complain about, okay, to show that they're actually doing their jobs, right? And this is why these diversity and inclusion people, these positions should just be going away, right? People should just get rid of them because They're useless. They're a waste of money, right? They're an absolute waste of taxpayer money. And this right here is a prime example of such, right? And the guy is absolutely right, the host here, in regards to how this can affect somebody's career. Okay, this man has been accused of wearing blackface. He's been accused of actually being a white guy wearing blackface. Okay, and that's an accusation that's going to stick with him because these people made those accusations, right? Falsely made those accusations. And we see this time and time and time again of people being accused of being racist or sexist or homophobic, transphobic, bigot, whatever, being accused of something like that, even though there's no evidence to back up that claim whatsoever, right? And to the wokes, once you're accused of that, then hey, that's just it, right? That's just who you are. Some people are going to see this guy as a closet white guy trying to be black for the rest of this man's life. Could potentially ruin this guy's career. But these people, unfortunately, aren't going to face any ramifications for making those false allegations. They can just come out here and apologize like the white woman did. But in the case of the black man, you know, he kind of doesn't really apologize. He kind of doubles down on it. And nothing's going to happen, right? Nothing's going to happen to him. They can freely ruin people's lives because of their wokeness, right? Because of them looking for racism where it doesn't really exist, okay? But, you know, hey, I can kind of relate to this guy in regards to people accusing him of actually being white and not really being black, because that's basically what they accuse black conservatives of, right? We're just white folks in blackface, right? That's what they accuse us of. So I kind of can relate to him a little bit there. But yeah, with that being said, this is a prime example of how ridiculous some of this stuff has gotten in regards to wokeness and the diversity inclusion stuff. They will go as far as to accuse a black person, somebody that's clearly black, of wearing blackface if he's not black enough, okay? If he doesn't look like the stereotypical black person. Again, the most racist people in our society are the ones that claim to be fighting against racism. It's very, very, very crazy how this works. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.